This is a video about privilege. Okay, so you might not think that I ever align with social justice warriors about anything. That's because you're right, I don't mostly. But I'd like to talk for a few minutes about butts and the ogling or non-ogling of them. And because this is the internet, the butts, much like the spoons, are not real. If you haven't been following the Tracer butt pose non-drama, and to be honest, if you haven't, you're already a better human being than me, there's been one of those fake white people dramas about a post-match victory pose of a character in Blizzard's upcoming game Overwatch. The character in question is called Tracer, a female rushdown type character who is quite regularly referred to by Americans as spunky and full of personality. I don't mean to be a condescending British twat about this, but just like Gaga says, baby, I was born that way, I have a feeling they wouldn't use that word if they knew what it meant in some parts of the world. There was a selectable pose that a player could use in victory, kind of like a taunt or the dreaded nay-nay in Black Ops 3. Here, I'll show it to you. Now strap yourself in. Some have said that that pose objectified her, sexualizing her. Now this is the greyest of grey areas as far as I'm concerned. Are we allowed to have attractive female characters or aren't we? It changes so often, I can't really keep up. Apparently the problem isn't sexualization per se, that's okay if it's part of her character. But some felt this pose was not in Tracer's character and therefore base male gaze type stroke material grossness. At this point, I kind of check out mentally. People are arguing about the character of someone who A, isn't real, and B, surely means different things to different people. Did I mention people refer to her as spunky? Listen, I don't care if you play video games and look for within them characters that you want to identify with. We all do it, I have my idols too. Although to be fair, ruggedly handsome bald men as heroes are rather thin on the ground, thank God for based Picard. But let's be honest, it's not like she got down on her knees and blew someone in a victory pose. Now that would be out of character. Or would it? I've met plenty of women who you could draw comparisons to Tracer with. The cheeky attitude, the short hair, the cute accent, they were all quite fond of sex. Not with me, obviously, but as grown women, they did have a sexuality. Let's just think about this practically. How many people do you think play as Tracer? It's a lot, trust me. And you're telling me that none of these people feel differently about this character? That they all identify with exactly the same things and that there's no variance in why they like her? That's bullshit. She's an archetype, an avatar, and just once more with feeling, she's not fucking real! She could be anything you want her to be! So after people pretended to be offended and wrote posts on forums sealing their fate as critically unaware privilege machines, Blizzard apologised, said they wanted to please everyone all of the time, a feat greater than water into wine, and replaced the old pose with this one. Oh wait, she still has a butt and still has tight clothing. Patriarchy, I say! I mean, do you realise there's still famine in the world, right? Women still don't have the vote in some countries. What the fuck are we even worrying about? Fake butts? If that's what you have to worry about, you're the most privileged person on the planet. Later, folks.